What's going on, everyone? My name is Paul, and in this video, I want to share with you the constraints that most Amazon businesses have and they don't even realize. And it is the reason why that you're most likely not seeing higher margins, higher profits in your business, even though you're working harder than ever to do so. And I have one goal in this video, and I want you to be able to walk away feeling more confident in the things that you need to do in your business to make more money. And if you're new here, my name is Paul. Like I said, I've been selling on Amazon for 5 years. I've done over 8 figures through the wholesale model, working with brands and distributors. So I'm going to share with you all the things that I wish I knew earlier on in my journey and the systems and the processes that's going to really change your business. So what I want to do is break down 2 different businesses, and they're both going to have the same amount of money. Now, I also want to apologize in advance. My handwriting isn't the best, but what we're going to break down here is going to be a funnel. Now, most people, when they see a funnel, it's more geared around like a marketing funnel for business. But in my opinion, when it comes to business, everything is a funnel. And at the end of the funnel is going to be the result that you're looking for. So we need to understand, okay, well, how do we get here? How do we make the most amount of money with the resources, the time, the employees that we have? So how do we start getting results in Amazon? Well, the first thing is going to be at the top of the funnel, right? And that is going to be lead flow or also suppliers, right? So this is at the very top of the funnel. If we don't have suppliers, well, we don't have a business. We can't buy products. So this is the first step. Now, most leaks happen here, which is just kind of like newer sellers. They don't contact or find enough suppliers. But really where the first leak is going to begin is going to be the outreach process, all right? So we're going to break down leaks by putting little holes in the funnel and using the blue marker to display water leaving that funnel. So this right here is going to be the first leak. The reason why is because as you're contacting suppliers, it can be difficult to overcome certain objections. And some sellers just kind of hang it up on the wall and they say, okay, I'm not going to contact them again. Or maybe they want to contact them again, but they don't have a system and a process that's fluent enough to contact them again and again. So they lose out on potential profitable supplier opportunities. Now, the next thing is going to be landing a wholesale account and getting catalogs. Now, there's multiple leaks here in this process. The first leak is going to be that you get a catalog and that catalog isn't formatted correctly for a software that you're using. So maybe the UPC has dashes, or it has apostrophes, or it's the wrong UPC, or the pricing is the case pricing and you don't know how to use Excel, so you don't know how to put it in the unit cost. This is a leak that a lot of businesses have and they don't even know. So what I'd recommend to do is before you ever upload a catalog, just validate that spreadsheet. Make sure it's the correct pricing compared to your portal pricing or your website pricing. Just make sure that what you're uploading is actually what your costs are and that the products are correct. Now, the second part of this leak here is going to be that your number one goal to drive results is to get suppliers. Now, when people get suppliers and they get catalogs, they don't know where to invest their time. So what ends up happening is if they open up 10 supplier accounts, they're only sourcing one supplier at a time, or the micro, compared to being able to source all 10 suppliers simultaneously. This person here is sourcing 10% of their business instead of 100% of their business. The next thing after this is going to be sourcing. So once again, there's multiple leaks in this process. The first leak here is going to be actually knowing how to source for the specific supplier that they're trying to buy products from. Every single supplier is different. There's quirks with them, right? How to get better pricing, how to get discounts, promotions, and specifically sourcing that vendor in a way that you can find profitable products. The next thing is also going to be underestimating the expenses involved with the inventory that you're purchasing. I can't tell you how many times I work with sellers and I ask them, what's your average cost per pound or your cost per unit to ship products in? They have no idea. I ask them what it costs them to, for a 2-pack of a product or a 3-pack, and they have no idea. They're like, oh, it's 45 cents. Zero clue. This right here is leading into massive gaps of opportunity, because now what's happening is they're starting to build purchase orders or POs with incorrect data. So now they're going and they're buying products that they think is profitable, but in reality, it's not as profitable as they think. And what it leads to is cash, resources, time that's invested in an area that has a lower ROI, which prevents you from compounding your money over a longer period of time. And as we know, in this business, it's cash intensive. You need capital to be able to make real money in this business. You need some money behind you. All right. And then after that is going to be, prep and overhead. Now, even if you're using a prep center, this is still a leak for a lot of businesses. They don't know how to reconcile the inventory from their suppliers, or the prep center is not reporting it correctly, or there's inventory that they're buying as a variety pack, or they're gated on, or whatever the scenario is. They're buying the inventory and they're not selling it, right? So there's money that's tied up there, as well as they're underestimating their overhead expenses, not just their prep expenses, but their overhead expenses and what's involved to actually break even and produce a net profit for every single product that's sold on the marketplace, which is another area of leaked money. And this doesn't even include the inefficiencies that are inside of your warehouse, right? The labor costs, everything that's involved with the work with the inventory that you're purchasing. And the last thing is going to be restocking. Okay, so what happens with a lot of businesses here is that they don't have a fluid system to restock inventory at the right time. So what it leads to is either they're purchasing products that are lower margin that they think are profitable, but in reality, they're not that profitable. The next thing is that they're buying inventory that they're over purchasing because they don't know how much to purchase, even though the software that they're using is telling them. They don't know their lead times. They don't understand how many days of inventory they need to purchase. And what it leads to is working capital tied up in inventory that only sells so fast, which prevents them from being able to build a relationship with suppliers, find better products, and capitalize on opportunities because their money is not working for them. So this is at the point of where we are here, right? If there was, let's just use 100%, right? We have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60%, all of what we just put in here. There's so many more that we're not even accounting for in this equation that ends up leading to lower margins, lower profit margins, right? So PM's profit margin shrinks because by the time you get here, there's so much leakage that your margins just organically shrink and you can't even notice. It's not something that you're going to see on Seller Board or an accounting tool. This is something that just happens in your business that you have no idea about until now. The next business here is going to be the same funnel and how they're able to increase their profit margins with this same step-by-step process. So the first thing is a well-organized business is going to have some type of CRM. All right, now what a CRM is, it's essentially some type of like organization sales tool that you can use Monday.com, go high level. You can use Google Sheets, but more or less you're organizing your information with a clear strategy of following up to know when is that right time with references and data. The next thing that good sellers are using in their businesses is going to be third-party profits, okay? Now, the reason why, if we go back to catalogs here, we went over how this business is only sourcing around 10% of their catalog because they can only source one supplier at a time, which means that with third-party profits, you upload all of your catalogs into a database where now you're sourcing the macro. You're sourcing from an ocean rather than a pond. So how many more opportunities of fish could you catch in an ocean compared to a pond? so much more, right? That's the same theory with third-party profits, is that you're widening the opportunity, the net that you have to find profitable inventory. The next thing is when it comes to sourcing. You have a method of sourcing in your business where you're able to estimate your prep expenses, estimate your shipping costs to understand what is actually involved. And the good sellers in this model here that are sourcing are using multiple methods: storefront stalking, supply chain scanners or scrapers, Smart Scout, leaf sourcing, brand title searches. And the people that are using third-party profits are sourcing with the database of the catalogs to make sure that they're buying inventory at the lowest cost consistently for their businesses. The next thing, POs, all right? Understanding what products are actually gonna produce a net profit. Users, third-party profits, right? People, businesses are able to understand literally a net profit in their business before they ever purchase a product, and understand what items are the best on the order, regardless of the supplier. There could be multiple suppliers, to make sure they're increasing their profit margins, so they're looking at a product level rather than just a supplier level. Next thing, prep and overhead. So you need some type of system here. All right, you need to build out some type of system where you can track your production, the time that it takes you to produce inventory. You need to know the costs that are involved. You need to understand your numbers. These things here are involved with everything up here. If you don't know this, well, this doesn't matter that much, because buying inventory, procurement, is the most important thing about making money in your business. The next thing, restocking inventory, third-party profits. All right, you need a solution. You need a system that restocks inventory fast with correct data, where you can add products to purchase orders that are actually profitable for your business. This right here is what increases profit margins for businesses. And that's why time and time again, if you follow me on social media, you continue to see me post screenshots of people that are seeing margins 15 to 22%. And the reason why is because they have a fluent system in their business that doesn't have leaks, because this is a software I built from the experiences that I've learned in my company. This is what I realized that businesses are facing, and they don't even realize it. And if they had the opportunity to close up those gaps, what difference would it make for their companies? And that's why we're seeing massive results with the users that are on third-party profits. So I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. If this is you right here, all you need to do, whether you're going to use third-party profits or not, you need to look at these pillars and you need to fill them. Right? These are issues, constraints that you have in your business, and it doesn't just stop here. So you want to make sure that on your own time, you build out a similar funnel like this, and you break it down step by step by step. And you analyze every single way that you can lose money in your business. And you need to patch it up. And you're going to instantly see your bottom line net profit increase automatically without changing anything. You don't need any more cash, right? The business is the same. They have the same amount of money. By the end of the year, this business will have tremendously more cash in their company if they're buying inventory at the right pace compared to this business here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you wanted to start third-party profits, down below, you can start today completely for free. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys on the next one.